Selamat siang anak-anak anjing. Kali ini kembali nonton Watchparty. Anjing kemarin sibuk kerja jing, gak sempet ngapain. Babilah. Langsung aja lah nonton anjing.
Attack fundamentals need to be on point. If they can get extremity control, then get into the sites. I don't think this FPX comp actually has a lot of tools to stall plant and play the retake. And I think FPX might end up on the back foot there.
Yeah, I hard agree with that. I think a little cheeky B-long take as well on the attack side. Maybe a slow take a shower so you can TP pivot would honestly I think dismantle a lot of aspects of this composition. But we'll see if SEN ends up sticking with that. Oh, they're going to switch it up ever so slightly. But is that just the rolls instead? I'm not too sure. But still, it is the standard comp from what we're used to of teams playing, and this comp is good for a reason. It's the meta for a reason. With
we haven't seen them play
Sentinel.
They were trying out the deadlock on this map. They've moved away from that to now play just the default 100 views comp here. This is the map that Sentinels, I think they need to win map 1. Come out with strength. If this is a close, drawn-out affair against FPX, it's going to be hard to tell if this team is really back. They're Sasi is one of the 4 players who has won one before.
Gila sih, tim China sih gila, lagi naik-naik banget nih. Bener kayak kemarin kata si FPX, tim China tuh lagi naik banget, naiknya jauh banget nih.
Thanks so much, Handsome. We've got a banger of a match for you guys teed up right now. Dre, there isn't a ton of story between these two teams, but when you think about the individual path that they've taken to get here, it's vastly different. FPX team seems like they're on the up and up. Meanwhile, the Sentinels feel like they're on like a tragic tumble.
Yeah, I mean, they started out great in the game, and then it was just like a slow burn where they slowly just faded. And FPX, yeah, you're 100% right. They've looked great, especially internationally, taking Heretics the distance, not only in Shanghai, but here as well in Seoul. So this is going to be a banger match so far. And honestly, this Chamber, Autumn, he was so good with the Operator and that Headhunter last time around. So expect big things out of this guy.
He's already on the move. Look at that aggressive line he's taking.
Super aggressive, trying to get ahead of that Viper. But poised so far from Sentinels.
With Berlin over his shoulder, he creeps up further and further. A couple of warning shots. Takes a quick step back. Meanwhile, Sentinels, as you mentioned, on the attack side of this opening best of 3 with a bit of a more tempered approach.
Yeah, and I think they understand that, you know, FPX's history on the defensive sides of almost every single map have been a weakness for them. So if they don't drop early like that and give FPX an inch, they might be able to get a big lead here.
Seems like Sasi's making a little bit of noise here. He's dropped the Hunt, he's dropped the Prowler, a lot of noise B, but it's actually the first kill going the way of FPX towards A.
You can't do anything about that.
No, not at all. Berlin's still causing problems. Hasn't taken a lick of damage. Now Autumn is on the prowl. He's on the flank. He's behind him. As Berlin once again, 1 bullet, 1 kill. All members of Sentinel starting to crumble, starting to fall apart. This pistol seems to be going the way of the defense. I mean, they're completely surrounded, Dre. They've got every single corner. FPX gets the first.
Absolutely constricted into U-Haul and Short A that entire round. Autumn, he showed some pop shots, Short A, like you said. Showers, but it was Berlin who was the difference maker, spamming through the smoke at the beginning. He smelled something fishy in the water. Something was a muck. Look at that. As soon as that Viper wall comes up, he's just spamming to hopefully get that right, he does it. And this flank from Autumn, I mean, this is the power of the Chamber. And already, you're going to see that he has an outlaw in the mix of things. That weapon could be so deadly in the right hands, and he was looking very good on the Operator, so I imagine he's going to be hitting some nice shots here. And for Sentinels, yeah, it's been rough. It's been kind of disastrous, right? They haven't won a map in, what, how long?
It's been over a month. They're 0-6 on their last 3 series. Their last map win was against Cloud9 back in like July, early July.
That's unbelievable, right? They're Madrid winners.
It's just been such a
oh, si Berlin ada gambar tengkoraknya gitu.
They get to Madrid, that's their peak. Then they turn their attention toward trying to qualify for Shanghai. Obviously, they don't make it. On the other side of Shanghai, they're looking really good, like 5-0 or 4-0, something like that through stage 2. And then again, we're back on this downward trajectory.
Yeah.
Coba
this start has been super rough as well, but let's see what they can do. It's some faint pressure right now from tends towards B long. No one to reciprocate on the side of FPX.
And again, I think a lot of discipline out from FPX. You're absolutely right.
I mean, you said it, right? You said when you watched FPX play against Heretics, you said I think they figured out their defensive sides.
Seemed like it, yeah.
And
This.
so far, I like the way that they're taking this approach. Not taking any risks.
Prowler's out. It's going to push Life off the line with a Guardian. But he's just able to take just a little bit of a step back to reinforce position. Now with heals being dug in, they're going to have to deal with what Sentinels are doing. Zekken and Tens are getting a couple, but again, the superior weaponry out from the defensive side continues to cause problems. John QT and Zelsis, the only two that remain. Yeah, they got the spike down. I mean, Zelsis has a molly, John has a spit. There might be a shot at this. I just don't know if there's going to be enough delay.
Super tough. I mean, that molly does delay for quite a bit, but that Omen Paranoia was too strong. Young cleans it up, but honestly, a very nice approach from Sentinels. Getting the spike planted, getting damage done. Could have definitely been worse for wear for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Pesan masih santai gini. Kalau udah mepet pasti kembali diri tuh. Sumpah nih, ini US lagi begitu, Europe lagi oke sih oke. Kayaknya Europe sama China sih champion ini gigi banget anjir. Wah, technical pause.
Well, I mean, while we're in this tech pause, I can talk about that slow.
Kita cek kali ya.
Take your time because life is reclined on the stage right now. So, I mean, be as verbose as you want. We're paid by the word, so by all means, take your time.
If only that was true.
Lagi suka nonton ini.
We'd be millionaires up here.
Channel ini.
But yeah, that slow approach from Sentinels
was
film. Definitely a cool thing.
Ini kayak web series. Tapi di YouTube bukan di web beneran gitu. Beberapa artis mereka itu aktornya, maksud gua. Aktor-aktrisnya itu ada yang udah berhasil masuk ke ini juga. Apa main film serius juga gitu. Contoh ya. Misalnya
you mentioned the slow approach from Sentinels, but I want to go back to what we were talking about in the previous round, and yes, it's only been 2, but I really like how disciplined FPX have been off of the things that Sentinels has tried showing.
Yeah, they're definitely trying their hardest to not give away any freebies.
Ini dia nih, cewek ini.
Orb scooped up early in the round.
Alias, mana ya?
And again, silence across the
ini
map.
Babe 320 ini.
Orb was gathered though from Life.
Udah main di ini, jir.
Good. It will be a contact play here in belong. Second will be the forefront.
Main di apa namanya?
Gotta be cautious here. An outlaw, and then you've got 3 rifles, and then just a
drama apa tadi itu gue lupa. Terus digabung ke agensi ini nih. Blade Entertainment Billions. Jadi ada Lee Kyuhan. Yang ke terus ini sih.
Young's moving. He's on the hunt. Sasi looked like he was a bit asleep at the wheel for a second there.
Yeah, he definitely got caught sleeping at the wheel right there. Maybe looking at the mini-map, but it's a walk down. Oh my goodness!
What in the world was that? That was so fast!
Nasty stuff. A lot of players there just go for the double outlaw. With the switch to the headhunter, it's instantaneous.
I had bad flashbacks of like the chamber meta.
Oh, 100%.
And so now
si gangster apa gitu tadi orang gue baca tuh.
Trying to threaten the opposite side of the map, but now quick rotate back B. You've got Lysor who's here. You still have a trip that's currently down.
Lupa. Oh ini nih. High school return of a gangster. Ini sih gelo dia.
Lysor's gonna get another. I don't know that there's
Henny
way for John to do this. There's no time.
Ini.
Done. I mean, all off of the back of Autumn. What a monster. Solo walking down. I mean, forget it. You don't need it. You already take out 2 players.
Autumn did a lot of damage in the beginning of the round. Lysor's got to have his praises sung there. He was on the site by himself, if I'm not mistaken, was able to deal with Zekken satcheling out. He got a spit kill with the other one. I don't even remember who it was on, but this is very dangerous for Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, losing the bonus, it's a terrible feeling. But somehow...
Anjing langsung mati.
Take it away, and Sentinels. I mean, these shots. But yeah, so there is another buy right now from Sentinels. Very interesting. 3 Bulldogs on the field. And an ult play, that's why.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of this round. The success of the round is being hinged upon whether or not they can find value with the Thrash.
Aduh,
jumping around to save his life and cannot. As Zekin gets 2 on the round. They've got the sight. They should be able to get the spike down.
And that's upgrades now too. No one here to thwart the plant. Lil bro will get it, that spike planted.
Spike planted.
And it's going to be a late flank from Autumn. Does the rest of the members of FPX try to go first here? Try to make a distraction, allow him to find a timing?
Yeah, with his ult, maybe. That's a tough thing you're going to have to deal with. Tens is holding the line too. Wow. Zekin's got 3 on the round. Lysor had no shot.
Wah, gila.
And what do you do in a situation like that? Autumn on the
mati.
Find success. Slipe's doing his best to keep this round going their way, and he cannot. Sentinels are on the board.
Yeah, Saucy in the middle of that retake. He just jumps out for Zekin to get freebies. And Tens as well in the beginning of that round, that Thrash, it got value.
Nah, ini dia nih.
Entire time, so that was the cue to just speed up A short.
Slipe's doing his best to keep this
and
round
that's
going
why they
their way.
forced into the round.
On the board.
Kayaknya kita main nanti terus stretch juga kali ya.
In the middle of that retake, he just jumps out for a second to get freebies. And Tens as well in the beginning of that round, that Thrash, it got value. It hit a guy in Cubby the entire time, so that was the cue to just speed up A short. And that's why they forced into the round. All of a sudden, they're right back into this thing, building up their own economy. And very important kills for Zekin to start getting some momentum. He had a very rough series against Gen G.
Yeah, he did. I think
Tens pacaran mulu.
It was like minus 17 across
Kan dia ada
both maps. Just something
engagement.
very uncharacteristic.
Tinggal
But honestly, I mean, we've got Autumn with Op online. He's holding a deep angle down B long, but all of the noise, all of the firepower is towards A.
Showstopper used as well. He's going to pop over the truck. Doesn't see anybody.
No, there's a lot of respect and a lot of space being given from FPX right now. It's really nice.
Kok masuk lagi nih?
Around this push and pull of dealing with the aggression, dealing with the firepower of Sentinels while also maintaining the space.
Right now, Autumn, he's so worried that there could be somebody in showers, but there's nobody there. Sentinels are playing all A short, all market area.
Again, the op will be a difficult thing to try to retake around it. The spike has been going off for a little while here. That Dizzy tagged, what, 3?
Wah, retake nih, retake.
Haunt doesn't quite connect on anybody there.
If they can't alleviate some of the shower U-Haul pressure, it's going to be a problem. There's
Ya.
someone there.
Wah, gila. Sentinel nyala langsung.
Itu orang
And there's no way you
orang
survive in a
pocket
situation
kalau
like
dia
that.
nggak ada Tens di side tuh,
And
ngeliatin
this is a
side
different type
mati
of
dia
Sen.
tuh.
This is the old Sen that we know. To
Kalau
dominate.
terus stretch lane
look
Asava
so
jadi berubah dari
decisive, so
default
much
nggak
more
sih?
confident.
Berubah.
They look
Pokoknya
more
kalau
confident.
resolusi
I think that's the best word I
ganti,
can say.
kalau
They
yang
tried
line
mixing
up-nya
up their
dari
compositions in the last, couple matches
HUD
they
atau
played,
HUD
just didn't
gitu
go their
udah pasti
way.
berubah cuy.
Yeah, they had a
Kecuali
little success
line
on
up-nya dari
Lotus,
crosshair.
Deadlock, you know?
Jadi
But
nggak
on this
ngaruh.
map, the last time
Tuh,
Sen
lihat
played,
tuh.
they were running a
Tuh, dua
Deadlock
orang
solo
tuh.
smoke
Ini
break.
kalau nggak ada Tens mati
It's
tuh
so
Zekan
hard to
ini.
play, especially on the defensive side.
Ya, itu semua berkat Tens tuh.
On the field.
Dia masih nyisa aja.
So I really like this change going back to that 100 Thieves composition, the double initiator.
Itu FX, time
And
out.
Zekin is the type of duelist that requires teammates to help him throw you.
Menurut gua mereka ini harus kuatin A ya guys ya. Karena dari tadi Sentinel tuh dapat poinnya di A.
He does seem to be
Jadi yang
notably
harus
more comfortable as the rest
dilakukan
of the
Udah
Sentinels
telepon.
kalau dia nggak bisa perangin
talking about
A,
just a few moments ago. And
Halo.
As we see
Halo.
FPX
dia
call
harus
timeout
Halo.
early on in the
A-nya,
first half.
tapi full util jangan kasih
A
plan.
lot of what we were just talking
Biar
about
teman-temannya tuh
around how Zekin he struggled tremendously
bisa
against Gen G. I
rotasi.
want to be careful because I don't think that was the reason why they lost. I think there were a lot of things that were going on that unfortunately didn't go their way. I think if
Bang,
you look back at the last
mulai.
3 matches that they've
Baru
played,
jam berapa,
they've
cuy?
had one player go
Set.
positive every single time.
Yeah.
So you've got one guy who's kind of treading water, kind of trying to stay
Kirain
afloat,
nggak, Pe.
while the rest
Telat
of them
kok,
are
Chris.
really
Buset.
struggling. And yeah, Zekin
Sorry
is
kok Chris
unfortunately
ya,
the most
telat.
the most
Baru
recent
bangun gua.
example of that.
Yeah.
Tadi jam
But
3 kurangan.
it has really been tough
Mendingan
sledding
AE
for
main.
Sentinels these last
Makanya
couple
wah.
across the board.
But it looks like they finally got their
Ini
foot. in the
Sentinel
door here,
suruh main RP ya nggak sih Wak?
bringing
Kasih
it
tahu
within one round
X ya Wak.
with a start that was looking really dominant from FPX. I don't think FPX was ready for that force buy from Sentinels. That thrash.
Halo, Oka.
That was such a big call.
It worked out.
So risky.
Take a look at the purchase for FPX here. 2 rifles. and a couple of sheriffs. Heavy lean towards A. Again, Lysaur's being asked and being called upon to hold B on his own.
Iya, mendingan
These last couple rounds
Opa yang
of
main
one,
GG.
FPX have had a stack on the wrong site. Lysaur should call for his team now that this will
Walaupun gue di
be
ninja.
Buka crunch.
They're trapped in there. There's no real easy way out. Reinforcements have to arrive. I mean, they have the superior weaponry, and there they
gebukti masih.
go.
Whoa.
All of the other guns arriving at just the right time.
Datang
Barring
kemari.
a kill from Autumn, this will be a flawless round from Sentinels to tie us up at 3. And I think we talked just a couple of rounds ago about the snowball that could potentially be forming on the side of FPX. Look at it for Sentinels now. They've got money forever. They've got Tenz's ult that's back online. He had it, what, 3 rounds? Two, 3 rounds ago. Sasi's got his ult online as well.
Zalsis is building up towards that Brim ultimate as well, getting the spike planter right there. He might even just go for the kill here.
Yeah.
They're going to use info to try to find out where Autumn is and feed the kill to Zalsis. That's why you see him treading. Goes. Even if he dies, he still gets it. So that's a W for Zalsis.
It's now 3 ults that they're going to have.
Yeah.
While Autumn's going to do his best to hang on to this rifle.
Yeah, he wants to keep this one for sure.
Exit kill aja ini, tapi
Question is,
diciduk.
does
Hap!
he expect Sasi
Nah,
around the
banyakin
corner?
tuh
No, he
tiga pisau
doesn't.
ya.
3 on the round for the initiator.
Cek Bang Sasi. Indonesia udah pernah punya
They seem to have figured out
champion
how to deal
apa
with that.
piala champion
Yeah,
cuy.
they haven't been getting punished early on.
Dia mah udah
This
pernah
time their
peluk
execution
langsung
way
cuy
more
piala
decisive,
champion.
maybe because of the supporting utility that they have. You know, the ultimates most
Bang
notably.
Saci.
Sure.
I mean, those can give you a lot of confidence running in a sight. And Saucy, he's such a good LAN player, man. When it comes to champs, when it comes to these big moments, he always shows up.
Saci mirip
So much
Basco.
experience.
Mirip Basco.
I want to mention very quickly, Autumn has another op online.
Tuh diganyang
I think
lagi
this is the
A-nya
second
guys.
or third
A-nya
time we haven't
diganyang
seen
lagi.
any value with it. Meanwhile, the dump onto A is ridiculous. You've got the Nightfall, you've got the Orbital Strike, you've got everything thrown towards the site. Berlin will
I thought
ultimately
you
fall as well.
kuatin
And,
A.
I mean, we're what, 20 seconds into the round and it's done.
I mean,
It's a save.
Yeah, it was the same set play that Tens did previously with that Thrash, but this time there's follow-up, right? The Fade ultimate, the Brim ultimate, they got cooked to a crisp. It was a barbecue.
Enakan
There's
Phantom.
just no way
Kayaknya
to hold on to
2022
the site
enakan
when
di
you have
suara
that
deh
much
pas
being
nge-spray.
thrown at you.
Yeah, and that's the power of this
Tapi
composition.
finishernya
There's so much utility once the execute
apa
actually comes
efek
through.
bunuhnya
FPX,
enakan
they did a good job in
2024
the first 3
harusnya.
rounds of kind of dealing with that. But I mean, on pistol rounds, you don't really have the full amount that you want for the side of Sentinels, so FPX didn't really have to feel all that power. But now that they feel it, I mean, Zelsis just felt something.
Terus kayak enak gak
A
di
little bit
enak?
of a headache there, huh?
Zekin did too.
I mean, they have to save this operator, but it's going to be a full hunt.
Gelo.
Yeah, he's so clean with the op. He had 5 op kills in the last series against Heretics, and they stole
Apa
that
benar
map away.
Saci player
We just saw him
favorit
get
lu?
two, and
Dulu ya.
Again, if my memory serves me right, those are the only 2 he's had all
Nggak
match.
bisa, harus kuatin A. Kalau enggak kuncinya
There's that hit again.
Yeah,
mereka
that's obnoxious. The Fade ultimate into the
retake
Raze nade.
A-nya.
The Brim ult wasn't even required, but
Yeah.
why
tapi
not,
kuatin
you know?
shower.
Adding insult to injury.
So the snowball still
Orang
in full
B-nya
effect for Sentinels right now.
Melakukan
Light
yang siap
armor across the
TP
board
kalau mau biar kuat.
for the defensive
Nggak bisa
side.
nih dia ngasih
I mean, Ayang's ult is online. Lysor's 1 chip away
ngasih
from
A
his.
tapi dia nggak ada ngapa-ngapain.
Again, this intention on holding down belong with the op. There is a little bit more presence here, though.
Nah.
Zalsis is close by.
Dan nahan.
What a shot.
Oh, an elbow is all it took.
Sumpah
that
itu
first
efek
jiggle.
terus stretch itu.
And then, honestly, that was such a bold swing out from Autumn.
Di
He was
POV
past the point of his TP at that point.
Halo,
Apa di POV
got it.
observernya selebar itu apalagi di dia.
Kakashi,
Passive angles
Di
was
dia
not
kayaknya
working.
lebar banget dah.
Naruto, kecil ya? Boleh deh, satu.
Picks across the board right now.
This is tough, man. This shows the
Boleh, boleh,
attack
boleh.
is such a tizzy. If you're not finding success
Iya,
on
iya,
either
jadi.
side of the map, you're
Tuh, lu besok kesana lagi nggak sih?
C, plan D of your approach.
And you have
Nah.
no smoke
Oh ya
on the
udah,
field right
gue
now.
lihat dulu aja.
Itu dia.
Took a little bit to get
Kalau
there, but he gets the
kalau
kill
mereka
live
ke A.
Boleh, 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 boleh.
this round.
Sasuke aja, Sasuke.
Pasti geter banget.
But it's Berlin to clean it all
Keterpi
up.
ini Pokemon.
Emang
Enggak
cara
deh.
satu-satunya
Nggak
kayak
demen
gitu
gue.
guys.
Geli gue. Iya, gak kasih nggak jadi.
Kasih mereka masuk set dengan gampang ya.
Gue mau lihat dulu, kan lo besok masih kesini kan?
Sama Yutil.
I like him.
Gue lihat dulu, soalnya gue nggak bisa cepet lihat yang. Mungkin kalau ada lagi gue kabarin lo.
Such an advantage when you're peeking rifler
Yeah.
up. And you you gotta play to it.
Yosi. Kayak Yosi gede yo.
Win that, there's a chance for
Yeah.
them to get picked up and then, you know, kind of reset on the round. But now it's on Sentinels to try to slow things down. They're going to burn their first time out of the map and see what sort of adjustments are there. I mean, again, Autumn should have that op online going into the next, but for Sentinels here, we've seen them put up 4 in a row. Finally, a little bit of the bleeding has been stopped, and FPX seem to have a little bit more
Stage-nya sih menarik
Dan
ya.
saran rapid trigger selain Wuting ada.
That felt like that worked because of
VXA apa ya?
inside the map.
AK-68
Both controllers as well.
ada banyak
So the
sekarang.
change for
Sure.
the change for Sen
Yang made
will
in
probably just
China
be,
apa,
okay, let's use utility
Drangdir
this time,
kah?
just take control of
Banyak
your
sekarang
towers,
rapid
or take
trigger
control of
lu
Belong with utility. To find out if the operator's there.
tulis
'Cause
aja
he's
rapid
gonna
trigger
TP away.
keyboard
Like,
gitu.
when you playing against a
Selain
chamber,
Wuting
you
banyak.
want to use utility to
Udah
find
banyak
out
sekarang.
where he's at
Tuh,
and
katanya
just push
Lamzu
him back.
ada tuh.
Make him use that recharge.
Lamzu mau nggak
And
sih?
then in that window of
Kasih.
time, that 30-second frame that you have, you can come up with a plan and formulate if you want to hit on the chamber while he doesn't have any mobility and any TP to get it escape or whatnot. But also this timeout was mainly to ice FPX. You know, Sentinels, they've
Nah,
been
Terus
four in a
juga ada.
row and they just got stopped with picks like you said. Okay, it's fine.
Yang
Let's
dipakai Ray.
use utility, don't get first blooded, and just run into an execute. The executes of Sentinels have been unstoppable so far.
Yeah, when they've had the ults that they can kind of put together, it's been devastating. Quick note here, Autumn has repositioned. This time trying to hold the
Budget
line on
2
a short.
jutaan. Iya,
We saw him take the same pathing on the pistol round.
malah yang
Did meet Zelsis here.
Wuting Light itu aja budgetnya 2 jutaan enggak lebih dikit gitu.
Berlin is with them. They just had a prowler clear out showers.
There it is. Push him back, and now you can
Ya,
overwhelm.
temennya untung
If
bisa
they want to
kabur.
commit to it, and it seems like that's exactly what they're going to do. What a shot out for
Wah, timing dia
Staying
naikin
alive through the decay
smoke-nya.
and through the damage and aggressively checking.
Ya
out
kelihatan lah
And
JLC
now, he gets
Autumn
punished for it, though.
3v3 deh.
Ada yang nyuruh maju kenapa
Zelsis, not
maju
falling
ya?
for any of those
Lu kan juga
shenanigans.
selamat
Oh,
ya.
things slow down. All members from FPX rotating back towards A.
Lu masih bisa mundur, Cok.
And Sentinels have cut noise.
Only one smoke.
Udah headhunter
to work
boros.
with. They decide to smoke off U-Haul, and that might be detrimental to them.
Yeah, almost
Nah
getting
itu
punished up from heaven.
VGN,
Second smoke
VXA,
causing
nah
a
itu
little
tuh.
bit of problems. Berlin
Made
still
in
had it
China
going
kalau nggak
clear.
salah
Look
itu.
at the health bars on the members of Sentinels are so weak.
But Tens, he picked up that operator.
Itu yang
Might
gua
be
tahu
able to
sih.
work something with this. Work
Wuting
some
Light.
magic. Some of that
Halo.
Tens magic.
This smoke is interesting too. They gives them passage out if they decide.
Supreme
that
putih
they're
hitam.
on the map, but hanging on for
Ah.
now. 20 seconds left in the round. A little bit of presence. in
Sama-sama.
U-Haul. You've got
Itu
Zelsis
Gara
Gua belum
kagak
pernah coba ya,
demen duk.
Cuma gua tahu.
Ratting on the plant. That's not
Taunya
the right
itu.
one. Time is running short. That shot will connect, but with
Looting.
10 seconds left, how much more can you do? Can you buy enough time for the spike to go down? No.
Yeah. Too many angles to look at. FPX. They basically
Itu
steal that one away. That was insane though from Autumn and Short. The fact that he even got one kill there. I mean,
Lysor.
the poise that you have to have when all that utility is being smothered onto you, and to still just be in the zone like this. I mean, he's tethered. I mean, it's chaos on the screen. That is not an easy thing to do by any means.
No.
A lot of players crumble in that moment.
Yeah, to ignore all of the noise
Oh,
and
man.
to stay focused. I mean, we can have the same conversation about Ayang, who was able to track second as he went, but back into the next round we go. A pit already invested down Belong.
And the whole purpose of this is to kind of force Sen to do what you want. They want them to lean towards either that hookah area or go towards that three-man fighting squad at A.
Yeah, and that three-man fighting squad that you were just talking about had taken a lot of space down showers. It seemed like they wanted to try to fight there early on. They don't meet a threat,
Dia
but
kuatin A, kuatin shower.
you can see what the intention is for
gue
FPX early on.
Smoke shot.
And it's so hard for Sentinels to entry into these sites knowing that you have to go against these
Cabut.
operators.
Wow.
Gila live dapat 2 cing.
Showers on his own.
Akhirnya dia gawe
He'll
ini.
take that any day.
He almost got 3.
Nah, tinggal orang A-nya aja yang ngomong nih.
Zelsis was able
Kalau mau
to
pick,
smoke.
oke.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Berlin.
Diperintilin satu-satu, guys.
Little in and out. And it's Tens all alone.
Susah nih.
This round and the last couple of rounds, to be honest, this Tens is, as you mentioned, 1v4 or borderline unwinnable one. The crazy thing about that too, very quickly, we went into that round, FPX had 5 ults. They just obliterated Sentinels without having to invest just one. They invested Lysors at the beginning, but that was it.
Yeah. The ult economy has been insane.
1-2-1-2 ya guys ya.
When you're Sentinels, when you see a team has
Tapi
5
dia nggak
ultimates,
terus dah.
that's why you
Gila.
saw that slow approach in the previous round, where like they're just
Stimulate
tapping
ini,
the spike
Cok.
consistently. They're trying to see and bait out any type of thing. But FPX, they just held on to him. I mean, they're not going to use him unless you force them to.
They might try to go fast here. They've got a lot of
Gua nggak
presence.
nyangka
Short second is
China punya Valorant
And he has his ult online.
di tahun ini. Gue kira bakal
Not
tahun
in these moments,
depan.
though. Oh, he's going to get
Mati
punished
dia.
this time.
Whoa! No,
Wah!
went right past him. What a shot from Autumn!
Fuck.
Again delivering.
Wih, itu ultinya gak kena
Very
cok di
similar to
bawah
what we saw
cok.
before.
Ke pocket anjing
We saw
cok.
before. Again delivering.
Wah!
Went right. Second is bought.
China
Gimana,
punya
gimana?
Valorant
And he has his ult online.
di tahun ini. Gue kira bakal
Not
tahun
in these moments,
depan.
though. Oh, he's going to get
Mati dia.
punished this time.
Wah!
Wah, ke bawah itu ultinya bener. Ke lantai bawah.
Wah, ambil
Seems like
space
Sentinels
bagus
were
banget nih.
rotating away.
Enggak, itu dia nembak lu basokannya.
Anticipating this, like a push down hookah or something of the sort.
Cuma
But are they anticipating
gak
this
kena anjing di bawah cok.
all the way down B long by the fountain?
I mean, neither side is making any noise.
Oh,
Ya.
but he's
And
out.
it's a TP
Oh,
away.
dibikin
But
suara
it's
di
just enough
TP.
misdirection. Look at the pings on the minimap now.
Yeah,
Like we heard him. He's got to be around. Where is he?
it's so scary. It's a horror game.
Oh, 35
Horror
seconds
game.
left on the round.
Oh, sama Bilibili ya.
Wah,
Ini.
ke
Right
B nih.
side.
30 seconds left.
FPX sama
Udah
Bilibili.
skip.
Oke.
Life here. I don't know if you can anchor this alone. Oh, you might find the timing. Oh,
Besok
gets
nih.
spotted.
Again, the only smoke has been invested.
Wah,
The flash is
masuk
so
sendiri.
pretty.
Jam
Gila.
That's another two.
Dapat 2 dia cok.
Sih oke lah. Gue masih bisa kerja dulu besok.
Ultimate committed.
He was alone.
Tens wasn't ready for that. I don't think they heard that at all.
I mean, Berlin TP'd
Ketahuan
into
sih,
that.
ketahuan
You're
sih ini elbow,
absolutely
ketahuan
right. He was
fix.
so far ahead of everything else. Now
Wah, mati tetep.
able to find the first. The peak onto the second
Ketahuan,
will
Cok.
not connect. The defuse comes through as FPX will get another.
Just absolute madman.
Jago,
from the server.
pengen.
Life, he's all alone on site. Has a nice flash lineup for himself. John QT gets caught out in the open. But the
Sekarang
second
karena dia
follow,
udah
how are they getting away with this?
nggak main,
Trades,
gantinya
the
dia
spacing is
nih.
just not quite there. It's
Cewek
almost like
ini.
Sentinels are just lining up for these guys. And look at this. Somebody
Nih.
needs to come out earlier there and help John.
Cek.
Rocket. I mean, you can see the
Ya,
frustration.
yang
on
yang
John's
anehnya
face
ya,
there. Rocket
yang
just
anehnya
humming
Nah,
right
ini
past
beneran.
Autumn.
ini pasti ada miskom ya antara Sentinel
Ini dia.
kan
Even when you
kodok
think it lands, it might
plan
not even kill fully.
wall up.
Last
Tapi
round
yang
of
masuk
that, you see it on
sendiri.
the timeline, the rounds
Nah,
have
itu
come in
tuh.
bunches for the way
Yang
Sentinels
cakep sekarang ya.
responding with a bit of their own. And the chamber will use right at the very beginning. Berlin with
Sama
good
dia nih.
face has to take a step back.
Yo minim.
This is so bold.
Nih.
What a punish.
So
Gua follow nih.
reckless. Life with
Wah,
3 on the
gila,
round.
live
Berlin
lagi,
cleans
Cok.
it up. Again, man. How many does this guy have?
The 3K spray down.
Gila.
I would love to
Nggak,
get a replay
yang-
on that. That was absurd.
Yang
ini
pas kena
cakep
flash
nih,
Yoru
anjing,
tuh
bangsat.
We're gonna
setelah
look at it again. Life has just been
Kata
ridiculous.
Ya,
kata
ada yang
ko
masih
Kevin Korea banyak yang begitu.
Komit.
Kenapa lu begitu gitu?
Oh, gila. Live. Tapi ini mah enak anjing, si Live nembak lu lihat tuh kena DK semua musuhnya.
Trade in any phone in any condition guaranteed and get $800 off the new Galaxy Z Fold 6.
Habis dulu anjing, flu gua. Gua belum nonton yang ini Jir.
구독자 구독자 여러분, 오늘은 정말 기쁜 소식을 전달해드리려고 하는데요. 이제부터 디어스 앱을 통해 치즈필름 배우들과 더욱더 가까워질 수 있게 되었습니다. 와! 디어스는 하이브 바이너리와 샌드박스 네트워크가 함께 만든 특별
What the fuck, high binary? This cari apa ada kali? Oh, search sekarang Google Play di bawah. Gak bisa cing. Harus lewat ini. Gak udah mulai.
Apaan gini coy? Udah mandi gue, buset. Gue mandi gue kenceng.
안녕하세요.
2 menit
치즈필름
kelar.
구독자.
Dan dia masuk champion jalur gue sih kena karma dari 100 tip. Yang penting masuk cuy, duit.
I mean, he's still back in spawn, waiting for any noise, waiting to be as reactive as he can be, as quickly as he can, because this is very decisive out from FPX.
Ya buka. Gue minum dulu.
John's getting online. Zekin on the swing out, trying to find a little bit more as Ayong has crept back sight. Him and Berlin, those two in tandem, just pushing their way forward, trying to mow over Sentinels, and it's Autumn who cleans things up. Zekin's left alone, he's trying to tuck down 22 HP, and someone over the top, he's gotten behind him! Zekin with the 3K in the round for Sentinels!
Autumn kita report coy, nggak jelas anjing pergerakannya lah, jalan-jalan. Loncat-loncat, nggak tahu di mana posisinya. Kocak lu. Ke Autumn apaan sih? Dia tadi ngeliat dia reload nih. Aduh, PV masih Zekin ya. Oh nih. Lihat. Tar, ya kan? Nah, ini kan dia ngeliat nembak.
Poor guy's been having such a good game, but just didn't guess right this time around. He went for the jumping classic. Yeah, he knows he got away with murder right there.
Yeah, he did. But honestly, I mean, you mentioned Autumn. He had a 2K there, a 3K on the round, if I'm not mistaken, with a little pixel angle. It was over tuna. It was nice.
It was a very cool strat. I mean, that's why they bought the classics. They isolated, cut the sight in half. The classics were good in all those fights, all that close range.
Not good enough.
Lu kemarin jual
Sentinels win the second half pistol.
headset gue.
Investment on the side of FPX.
Baru udah nyampe sih, nggak tahu orangnya udah ngetes apa belum.
You have 2 Spectres, a Stinger. Yeah, you have an Outlaw and a Bulldog, but I mean, going into the next round, you don't really have much to work with, I feel like. Great volley.
Wah, udah nyayur nih. Flawless nih.
He's unreal.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he keeps getting away with it.
Just chamber things, man.
Hilang anjing.
A weapon upgraded for Berlin.
Wah, Berlin lagi gacor.
Oh, he's getting ran at.
Nowhere to go. No room is safe.
Gila langsung. Hadino.
With the spray and pray stinger. Intuition was on point. He's had a lot of smoke spam kills so far in this map.
Apa nggak apa-apa, astagfirullah jamset.
This kid is so
Mospet baru udah nyampe udah. Itu logo tengkor Autumn apa orang terakhir yang mati gitu. Mana? Mana logonya?
From the Vibes merchant himself.
And you know how I was talking about how it was a light investment in the previous round? Look at this now. You got 2 Phantoms, one on Zekin, one on Zelsis.
And the Bulldog and the Outlaw.
Set dah, S4 segede gaban jing.
Very far up a short.
Oh yeah. That Fade Eye. Been really impressed so far from Sauce using some of these lineups that he's had. I mean that pistol round.
Ketahuan itu.
That was really big.
Karena si lasernya hancurin apa recon pad.
Sen decided to back off, clear showers for Autumn.
S4 gede banget jing.
Ini orang mau push gua nih anjay.
Baru gue makan bawahnya jing.
Sekarang gua pakai yang ini Kokris Artisan Zero yang soft. Tapi kemarin gua titip teman yang
He's left the clone there, and they're actually going to lean back towards
Partisan
Jaya.
Zero klasik ya,
And use that
klasik
clone as a
tapi
fake
yang
for the hit.
soft juga.
This is some
Jadi
very cool
yang
stuff.
ujungnya nggak ada jahitan gitu loh.
I mean, oftentimes you see a fake and it's
Cuma
one or two
dia
members, but I
lebih-
think they can send it and then they go through
lebih agak
TP
kasar.
and head back towards showers.
Yep.
Tapi
And the
belum gua
problem
pakai.
here is if Autumn doesn't win this 1v1, it gets thwarted.
And that's
Ya,
exactly what
autumnnya
happens.
nggak
So
dapat,
now
Sawerya
they-
mau nggak mau
what,
ke
they're
B
trying to
dong.
reinvest back
Udah nggak
towards
bisa
B.
TP coy.
I think they have
Gila
to
kalian
commit.
kalau mau
Spike is all
TP,
the way up
nggak ada
there short.
kontrol. Wah gila.
Saucy, he's just gonna
Oh,
delay right
shotnya
now.
sini.
Things have been
Udah
thrown into
ini
disarray.
lihat
I
nih.
thought Life was gonna try to get out. If he dies,
Ya, live tiba-tiba redup.
Kontrol.
He's so smart.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Dre. If that kill goes the way of FPX and showers, they have so
Batu.
many things at their
Udah,
disposal.
emang
If
wak-
that goes
emang
down,
harusnya
you've
lu
lost
hajar
showers control.
B-nya
And then
tadi,
the Spike is in this awkward,
kecuali
like, well, do I
autumn
go away?
bunuh.
Do I TP back B? Or are you guys
TP.
gonna come to us?
Yep.
What's the play?
And I get it. I know
Mati,
Autumn's
coy.
feeling himself right now. He wants to take that 1v1.
Yeah,
But
sure.
there's no downside to just waiting, holding an off angle, and waiting for your squad to come up and run in with you and get the trade instantly. So a little bit of a mistake there. Maybe just getting a little bit too overconfident in that moment. Because yeah, as soon as he drops right here alone, I mean that's a very risky peak to take.
Yeah. On an off angle like that too, I mean that's
Yeah.
that's tough to win. It doesn't really matter who you are.
I mean, you just wait for your team. The worst case scenario is you trade, and then you have the site for free. But the setup on the strat was really nice from FPX. The execution just wasn't quite there. Great job from Sentinels to clean that one up. Ooh.
Oh, you're in trouble.
What's going on right
You
now?
gotta get
Life?
out of there. Zekin's not able to stay alive, but they're trading out from tens is nice. Life now down. Ayang has a rifle.
I mean, taking every single timing possible. Look at this.
Yeah.
Siapa yang
All the
kecolong
way
live ya?
through. In spot. Oh, Celsius.
Wah, ke
He
gap
ran
anjing
him
sama
like a buck
Jelsis.
somehow.
Ini ke gap lagi nih, udah feeling nih. Pasti ada temannya yang
Very
nyusul
good
nih.
shots. Berlin wasn't able to do anything there.
Nggak mungkin gak sih
You know, we
Berlin
saw this
apa
a lot
seorang
when FPX
Omen
played against,
buh.
Heretics. They
Nih lihat.
invest into Ion.
Nah lagi nih.
It
Hilang
doesn't really
kepala
matter
anjing.
who it is that has the hot hand or what it is that's going on. If there's a hero rifle, be it the Guardian or the Vandal, whatever it is, it often goes into his hands.
Gak jadi
That's the case
panikon
here.
ntar malam apa live? Kayaknya live member dah ntar malam, guys.
Zelsa's the only one close by. If
Ya
he
Allah,
gets cleaned up,
nembak.
that's an open sight. Stays alive so far.
Kayaknya
The Molly
ntar
buying
malam
a
live
little
member
bit of
karena
time.
nggak main
This is
show,
reinforcements again.
nggak
The
main
two
horror.
remaining members of Sentinels trying to get over as
Masih
quickly as
lumayan
they
sih
can.
dapat satu. Kalian gak sih Dix?
One for one, there's not a lot of time. He's
Ah.
gonna have to win those out on his own, and he cannot. We're tied at 8.
Ini tuh
Yeah, Saucy cleaning it
ciri-ciri
up there. Fade ultimate
ciri-ciri
online and available.
comeback ya guys ya.
Nice stuff from Sentinels to weather the storm. That was that quick showers and short A push. Zelsis, he is on point right now with his intuition. The fact that he turns around in time for both those scenarios. I mean, he almost gets caught right there by Autumn.
Yeah.
10.000
But Autumn just
Wih,
settled the shots.
CEO Dama Esport. Kalau
And then
Sendiri
defend
kalah
some
terus pindah ke
free
Dama
fire spray.
Esport.
That's the advantage of being a fan of scenarios like this. That's why he's
Siap,
driving up there.
CEO Dama Esport.
Yeah, we
Borong,
talked about it
bawa
in
to
the
tens.
arrival interviews. We talked about it when they walked
Itu
out on stage. We saw it when we saw
CEO
a
apa
couple
Dama
members
Esport
of
mau
Sentinels
tensnya apa
backstage
kayak
before they even walked out
apa
onto
duduk
the stage. For a team that's
Emang bisa comeback
facing
ini.
elimination
Gas live
in the
member.
biggest tournament of the entire
Main
year.
apa malam nanti ya?
They seem really relaxed. They seem very like just comfortable and chill.
And they need to be that way, and they need to be confident. And this is the scary time right now for FPX because a
soalnya
confident Sentinels.
nggak jadi main panikor ntar malam.
They can be tightened. We've seen it.
Yeah.
If you get them going, they will destroy you.
Well, I think on the other side, to play devil's advocate here a little bit, you talk about a team that is look confident.
Angkatnya jagoan dis emas
You think
atau
they have tried
sentence.
setting the pace from the very first round of the map too. So it
Harus
really just
harus
feels like
dipertanyakan kan itu.
it's like
Jagoan
just
dismas lah.
who's gonna lean into the confidence a little bit
Anjing
more.
sebatas bener-bener
Jadinya
segini
kenapa?
gaban
Karena
nih
Jadil mau
anjing.
main game
Right,
Right.
yeah. Now
Tuh,
it goes
jadinya
too far.
game
It's this
sama
fine
yang
line
lain.
that you always have to tread. And it's a really good
Please.
sign for Sentinels fans out
Please
there that
live
they're playing in this
sampai
way
subuh
because I
nggak?
feel
Kamu
like
udah gila,
watching the
Aliza.
last couple of matches,
Panikor gue udah
we
bisa.
really haven't had that same
Cuma nggak
spark,
jadi main.
that same,
Antara besok
motivation.
apa
Even in the
lusa.
reactions of the players, it's looked very serious, like you said. Now they look a lot more loose, and I mean, considering the scope that Sentinels as an organization
Nah,
are under
yang
by themselves,
dilakuin
right? It's a lot
FPX
of
sekarang
pressure
dia
that
mau
mounts on
ngambil mau ngambil
Being lighthearted
belong.
can be a way to
Oke, bagus
weather
nih.
that.
Ambil belong, kontra belong.
Assault online.
Ada ulti, ganya nggak sih B-nya?
There's no A presence at all. Now we're gonna see live
Are you ready guys? Ulti dulu, cek info, cek setnya dulu manis.
Beda lumayan jauh jaraknya.
Ini 1, 2, guys. Guys. Ya iya, dia masuk lagi ke hookah, cok. Teman-temannya mana sih?
Temennya malah mati, Jing.
Gak masuk, cok.
Center looking so good right now.
Yeah, but this also feels like a plan that
Yang berantem jambu itu beneran apa nggak sih? Ada? Enggak dong.
Sometimes it's just
Gak salah banget, cok.
Zalsis, he's had so many smoke kills so far. Oh, what a shot! Oh, he almost connected onto that one, but Tens.
Dia udah buka map, udah tahu di mana, udah diping-pingin.
Zalsis, I mean, if we have a smoke kill counter on this map,
Mati
he's
semua,
had at
temennya.
least, I swear, it's
Ambek
like
kah,
half
coy?
the kills. 7 kills at least.
I'd love to take a look at the round again. I mean, we'll see some of the plays.
Oh, okay, that was just.
Or some of the kills, excuse me. But, you know, so Life goes out with his ult, tries to get a little bit of info on site. As soon as an Eiffel comes out, we saw Berlin TP forward.
Yeah, that was.
And he was one where the Spike just dies out in the middle of the site. And from that point forward, there was really
Terus
no
kayak
way
kecil ini, kecil anjing.
to come out onto the site. The Spike was in no man's land, and that's where it really felt like the round fell apart.
Yeah, I didn't catch that TP from Berlin. That was so insane.
Kayaknya gue dibacotin
I mean,
tadi.
that was so risky.
And you see where the risk did not pay off in this instance. Autumn, again, a hot hand, but man, is it gone cold.
Jeez.
Hilang anjay.
The contact approach from FPX, it hasn't been working. They need to just do an execute at some point of this half. Try to get the spike planted, at least.
Well, but you gotta think about it though, Dre. It feels like, you know, we think about FPX and the crazy year that they've had. I want to take us back to Shanghai. One of the things that people were so excited about was how FPX played their attacking side, particularly how they played the entire map.
Yeah, with all the smokes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right, there were double pump fakes, there were triple pump fakes. I mean, they played everything so beautifully on the attack side. And
So
yes, there was some like heavy exact rounds, but I didn't really feel like their DNA.
Nih,
Aduh, Terus nggak ada yang lihat.
Not been working for them so far.
Ya nggak ada
I mean, look, another just dry
delay
walk
dong.
into the crosshairs that are
Ada ulti,
trained on the Sentinel.
orbital
And
strike,
was able to tuck back
ada
in
shot
and stay
stopper,
alive.
Nggak kena.
ada granat.
Not gonna connect onto anything.
Lihat nih nggak bisa
This
plan nih.
delay is just so difficult to
Ah,
navigate.
Molly.
I mean, they've barely made it out of short at this point. They haven't really gotten U-Haul. They haven't
Untung nggak ada satu.
really gotten a ton of space at all.
Ready
And if
ulti
you
nggak
look at
sih?
the ultimates, there's still so many online and available for Sentinel. Look at that. Life is done.
Aduh,
He's
keplan.
looked, he was tethered.
Ya, rata malah.
He's done.
Another bar.
Ambil siapa tuh? Thank you sih damai spot. SL.
Definitely at the cookout. And Tens, he didn't even have to use that thrash. He has that available for another retake if he wants. Or an aggressive.
Team.
They don't really need to do anything. Them just holding off angles has been the key.
Thank
to
you ya,
success.
thank you,
Look at
thank
this,
you.
2 different off angle kills, and then what? It's 5v3. You have full
Ini
confidence in your
bacotin
squad
orang
of the
gitu.
retake. I mean, tether right there, life can't escape.
Gue harus nonton
Even if
ini.
he wanted to.
No, I even think
Combo
about that
boy
off
bagus,
angle that
anjay.
Saucy was holding a couple of rounds ago in showers.
Yeah.
Right when the intent was to go back and hit back towards A. It really has felt like that's been their success this whole time. I mean, look at the time.
Oh, ambil
That's
slot.
6 rounds in a row.
It's obnoxious.
It's been so dominant on this side.
This Sentinel
Raya.
roster, once they get going, it's impossible. It feels so smothering.
Look at the adjustment here.
Ini udah pusing nih
FPX
PX.
talking about how they like
Belum
the
dapat
hero.
skor sama sekali guys.
homie.
Dari dia second halfnya 0 cok.
Proactivity
kena.
with the thrash.
Untung
What a
TP
great
cok.
bait.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Tens had some backup there from John to
Ki,
pick up that
apa-
thrash again. He'll have it for the next hit.
Oh iya menang deh Sentinel.
It's just a cycle
Kirain Apex
going
lebih
right
mana?
now for both sides.
Kok Sentinel kalah
All
gimana
of
Ci?
Hookah just got cleared out.
Kayak dia kan tetap
That's why
datang
he's
Ci.
taking
Aman
space.
aja.
John QT
Tapi menang sih kayaknya nih.
and
Enggak
Tens,
Apex kayak kalau udah nggak tahu
I
mau
wonder if
ngapain,
this is all to crunch. If players go hookah,
Bingung
they'll
deh
send
dia.
that thrash through the TP.
plusnya
As I say that,
nabrak
it's gonna be a B long hit.
klon ya.
Paranoia goes out, Life goes forward. They have a lot of space
Sekarang
here.
main 2
The
hookah.
thing is, they haven't dealt with the hookah presence that you were mentioning a couple
Berlin
rounds ago.
yang nge-smoke situ dia yang ini. Ya Allah sedih banget digebukin
Yeah.
cok.
There comes the thrash. There comes the crunch that you mentioned. It, yeah, with the alarm bot at his feet. Slowed short, but it's really
Disamperin
just
tuh.
delaying the inevitable.
Oh my gosh, and the jiggle as well from Zelsis.
Ketahuan tuh rame rata cok.
Gila John Kitty.
John QT.
Three on the round for the leader. Clean up the
Dah,
last. Sentinels
waktunya
will get it to 11.
wejangan dari
It just looks
Coach
so
FPX.
easy for Sentinels. They're reading FPX so hard right now.
menurut gua kalau dia mau dia
Showing
split
B
A
long
sih lebih
presence,
gampang.
leaning back towards Hookah.
Timbang B terlalu
Tense,
kuat
he
gitu
goes
lah.
all the way back around A for that Thrash to go through the TP. It's beautiful. It's beautiful Valorant we're seeing right now from Sentinels. Night and day from the last time they played.
I mean, it's got to be pretty when you win 7 in a row. But I think the other thing I want to mention very quickly is you talked about how it feels like.
I did something. I almost just spit out the water I just drank. That was crazy.
You were talking about how it feels like Sentinels are reading FPX well, and they are. But I also think a lot of the individual firepower is starting to come through, like John's, as we saw a moment ago.
Yeah, he did something.
A little pat on his back.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hype yourself up, man.
Take the wins where you can get them.
Yeah.
I get it.
This is a new look right now for FPX. It's an attack side operator, and Tense is all alone here. I say that, but I mean he has supporting cast, but he's the only one in Octagon. That was his backup.
Kitty
Yep,
hidungnya
that was his
mancung banget.
backup.
Gua kan?
I wonder here if you're expecting someone else. Yeah, Autumn is. The slow walk into it.
Mulai di AWP ini.
I wondered if he would be worried about it, if he would even check Octagon, given the smoke, given the fact that Saucy was playing another off angle, but the discipline and the poise out from Autumn.
Yeah. I mean, Autumn has had to play against some of the most ridiculous plays we've seen in Valorant China. So he's got to be ready for stuff like that. People finessing around smokes or even just running through them.
They've got to understand that Hookah hasn't been cleared. Zelsis is here. And
Halo,
Lysol
Dikarung.
knows.
Ini udah dapat plan nih.
But what can they do about him?
Ini nggak mau di-clearin
I mean,
hukanya,
he's like
guys.
a trap that's
Guys,
been laid.
ini bahaya loh.
It's like
Satu
you know
orang
he's
ini
there.
bisa
It's like itching in the back of your mind, but you
memenangkan
can't really do
round
anything
loh.
about it.
Tuh
It's all gonna
satu
be on
udah
timing.
mati.
Meanwhile, Young falls.
3 lawan
Zelsis
3.
on the swing, and now the
Waduh.
3 lawan 3 dari 5 lawan 3. 3 lawan 2. 2 lawan 2 nih ya.
Meanwhile, Life only has 10 HP. John on the tap, the shot's
Ah,
not
panik
gonna
sendiri
connect. Zelsis
defense-nya
still
di
playing
situ.
up, and Hookah finally dealt with, finally
Wah, gila langsung berdua ini.
Apa gua kata clearin dulu.
GG.
Gara-gara orang Hookah pusing kan? Pegang tuh kepala Dix ya. Astaga, gara-gara satu orang Hookah cok. Mereka jadi dapat posisi banyak anjir. Satu kena util.
The retake utility was beautiful. The
Threat.
trades on top of that, phenomenal.
Line
And that
up.
plan. What a shame. Rough stuff
Siap-siap
for
bang.
FPX.
Expensive
Autumn
banget
did
nih
so
dari
much in
Johnny
that
nih.
round, but he lines up with his teammate, and John, he executes.
And now Sentinels are 1 round away from having a perfect half to take Bind, to take map 1, to take FPX's map pick.
Jangan marah, aku takut, buset.
It's been an
Gak
obliteration.
marah-marah guys.
Interesting approach there. Do you see Life?
Enggak, kalau yang
TP,
Viper
sends
wajar
TP out towards
takut.
A, and then ults,
Tapi
and then takes
harusnya
the TP.
orang
Look
yang
how
rame abis
obvious.
plan itu
They
pos
just dropped
plannya
a smoke
udah.
back there. He could pop out on the other side of it. That was the play. A really cool
Tahu
exec
AWP di
from
pick,
FPX,
coy.
but only 1 kill found.
Wah gila.
Sentinel shutting the door on them
Kalah
again.
cok. Busuk ini.
It's just so
Orang
chaotic.
belongnya belum
Oi.
mati. Ada. Ini kalau masih komit
Apa?
kalah.
Just
Kalah.
one member
Lu
left.
sih?
Kalah.
And it's all
Ada orang
over the
belongnya
way.
enggak? Ada orang belong tuh.
Yang kecil, enggak kalau yang kecil. Eh.
Gila.
Cok,
Bayangin, guys.
lu tanya dah ada gear 5 nggak? Nikah.
FPX udah dapat skor.
Itu Luffy-nya yang mana? Kan Luffy-nya lu ada 2 tuh, One Piece.
13-8
Say
cok.
about that half from Sentinels.
Ya.
Inilah FPX nih
We'll see
di
if
attack-nya dia
Lotus
kayak
tells a different
buntu
story.
banget gitu
What a
loh.
dominant performance to close things out on Bind. We'll see you guys on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
Gara-gara Autumn Pistoron, coba Pistoron menang. Nah, gara-gara Pistoron kebanyakan lompat-lompat tuh ya. Kocak. Rungkat. Ada orang rungkat seneng ya? Kenapa orang rungkat seneng cok? Coba Aster sudah dibantai tuh gak mahal. Suruh main kelereng. Itu nggak baik ya. Bukan dongo sih, lebih ke mereka kalau nggak dapat leading score atau nggak kebus dari Pistoron tuh suka loss gitu loh. Nggak, soalnya gini loh, Orang kalau misalnya kita udah kebantai nih 7-1 nih ya. 7-0 anggap nih. Atau 5-0. Kita kalau udah
ada yang nonton.
apa namanya? Udah ketinggalan jauh. Terus kan kita pause pasti biasanya kan.
그래요. 네, 다들 왜 그래요? 왜 이렇게 다 타보여? 여름이잖아. 여름이잖아. 여름이야. 한 거야 그냥. 괜찮아. 괜찮아. 다들
Empat-empatnya guys. Dah, pensiun gua. Dah. Jisoo, Blackpink, Rose Blackpink, Lisa Blackpink, Jennie Blackpink. Tamat.
Aku komen ini masih banyak yang hujat anjir.
Gak ditanya sama Munkar sama Nakir. Iya bro, emang malah ditanya guys. Ya gak dibawa mati gua tahu. Jonathan Okam. Kira rucok Blackpink guys.
네, 다들 왜 그래요? 왜 이렇게 다 타보여? 여름이잖아. 여름이야. 한 거야 그냥. 괜찮아.
Wih, mereka lagi ini ya. Siapa tuh yang digituin? Oh.
Gimana tangannya?
Iya gitu. Nah, ini guys ya. Kita akan kertak-kertak.
Waduh.
Kelihatan nggak?
Waduh.
Kelihatan lagi.
Pengen deh jam kulit kayak Bang Mik gini, anjir. Yang kulit itu modelnya. Jadi bukan yang steel apa? Steel apa namanya? Bukan steel series. Gak lupa lagi. Stainless steel anjir. Begitu steel series goblok gak? Gelo.
Tapi Colin badannya agak keras kayak Dio, agak susah.
Ini kenapa terking belakang? Like dulu kita.
Sebenarnya bantalnya ada cuma pala doang ya. Nah, iya. Ya. Maaf ya kabar ini apa? Enggak langsung ini dipijit dulu.
Gak usah minum aja anjir.
Tadi bilang pelan-pelan.
Tadi aku pakai itu ya.
Oh. Serius nih. Maaf ya kabarin ya. Kan di dalam tas, maksudnya gue pengen keluarin dulu lah.
Ya. Aman, berangkat.
Ini juga seru nih, airplane time. Ini kenapa begini, anjing? Lijuan.
From PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
What's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX. Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX. Let's go!
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
What's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX. Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX. Let's go!
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from PepperX.
Hey, what's up? This is Forsaken from...
Siapa cewek itu? Oh, ini maksudnya. Ya nggak hadir. Cukup 20.000 sobat community-nya. Cuma untuk support sih. Nah ini masih ngobrol.
No, bro. You were there at the very first champion, so how did you prep the rest of the team for what's to come, especially up against a team like Leviathan?
I just told them to play our game, and I brought my nephews to fight against Danko.
Primi is your nephew.
Yes. So I want the young ones to carry me, basically. Bro, that was
I don't really feel anything. I just play. I guess we practice really hard, so I think that confidence is good. We lost one scrim ever since we came.
Very excited. Hopefully we win so we can play as many teams as possible.
Are you happy with the map veto?
Yeah, really happy.
I was very surprised that they would pick Ascent over Sunset. However, you know, I'm very happy that we got the veto that we got today, so it's okay. Our practices have been fantastic. Primi has been coming along really well. Pretty confident about what we're about to display in this group.
정기동호 해설이 퀘스트를 혹시 위기감도 느끼셨나요? 많이 느꼈습니다. 근데 신형적인 경기는 지금 아스파사의 아시아컵 1위를 찍었다.
Gila si Talon Primi anjing. Terakhirnya gak gawe 4 orang. Berat.
I'm sad now, but tomorrow I'll be fine. I'll just get good sleep, eat food, do my usual routine, and I'll be back.
Let's go, baby!
Gitu anjing.
Good. I think it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be a banger. A banger.
Not specifically. I think no, not really. It's just the whole team overall. We play well together, so yeah, I think that's their strength. Emma. Max in-game volume plus.
지난 챔피언스 준우승 팀 FPX 요즘은 살짝 흔들리고 있지만 다시 이상할 것을 믿어 의심치 않습니다.
Wah, 2-0 kalah. April nih, masa udah gue post. Dulu lah, tonton dulu.
Fades, but it's gonna shoot him right here. I don't know about this right now. It's still up. That pesky thing is still up. I mean,
Turret nggak mau dihancurin ya?
Now they're in a 5v5
post
plant.
The Sentinels have so much info once the smoke fades. I guess it's just going to be reoccurring smokes here.
Waduh, beli anjing.
Still playing in it.
I mean, they know. Sen surely know that there's somebody close by.
They have to know.
Wah.
John and
What the fuck you doing, like?
Turn their attention over towards tree. The
Gak
spike has
ngerti
been going
kah?
off for a little bit, but it's all been.
And the FPX.
Wah, digebukin kan coy.
Wah, si Berlin nggak ngeliat ini anjir. Apa info kurang?
Jelas anjing. Turret dibiarin. Terus dia mau agresif. Gak masuk, Cok. Lo kalau mau agresif main dalam smoke, hancurin dulu turret tuh. Udah tadi turret enak banget tuh. Nembak tuh badannya. Cok main game Viper kayaknya. Oh, Davis doang kali.
You want that broken because when the smoke's fade, it's going to shoot it no matter where you're at on site. And that's free info the entire round for Sen. But right now, Zelsis he's just calming to his team. Yo, turret's up still. Turret's up still. Wait for the smokes to fade. He'll have a full line on site.
Marahin ba?
It's a disaster of a mistake. It's not over yet. It's going to be an A default. Second needs to get out of dodge quickly. And it's Berlin on the breach who's the forefront. I mean, you can't prep for that.
Again, another spam kill.
Wah, Berlin sih.
Nggak bisa, Bang. Itu
kayak gua main anjing.
Region manapun.
OBS
Light armor. The investment isn't huge here. A Vandal and a Bulldog, but as far as big guns go, that's it.
He did give his rifle to Zekin, understanding that if he gets, a kill after grabbing that orb, he will have the showstopper online. Is Autumn going to be ready for this? This is so hard to clear.
Autumn's been good. Swing, man.
It's got to be a one pump there.
Ya, Autumn kena. Trot.
Anticipation any longer. Look at all of this killjoy utility set up towards C.
Yeah, and look at all the space that Ten's got after getting that kill. He has all of A. Look at how many members.
B aja sih. Ayo coba tuh.
A little bit of space found. Zalsis will get caught. There's not enough health that'll save you there. Lysor now getting a little bit of high ground repositioning though. The spike not committed yet. Tens is starting to rotate over. Doesn't have a paranoia. Tap of the door. It's all just a threat.
Yeah, all just fake, faint pressure right now.
Tipu-tipu ya, buka pintu doang.
He might catch these players lacking.
Ayang is ready for it.
Oh, he sees a barrel in the middle.
Not able to land the first shot. There is more than just this threat here. It's more than just Berlin. Can the rest of Sentinels take space on the site? Well, all of this is happening out towards Mound. If Tens can buy some time, if he continue to be eye candy, there's a shot at this, but FPX manage every single threat so well. Second dance to the Thrash, Zekken's left alone in a 1v3. Berlin's weak, but that spike has been going off for a little while. I don't know if there's enough time for this.
There's none at all. Zekken, he hit some nice shots on that exit right there. He's definitely feeling himself. That's why Tens dropped him the rifle. But the reaction from FPX, that was a great thrash from Ayang. Wrapping all the way around, and Berlin with a supporting utility there.
Gila, mouse gede banget ya.
Very good stuff, yeah.
Si
I mean, what can you do?
You can only
Zekken.
smile. But I want to talk about how well FPX handled this situation right here. They knew that Tens was on the flank. They knew they were going to have to deal with some of the pressure, with some of everything that was being thrown their way, and to be able to effectively parse all of that info out in the chaotic moment is really difficult to do.
Yeah, and Lysor, who had a really rough map. Ooh, nice pick from Autumn. Wait, he's not stopping. They're not stopping. Lysor with the follow-up.
Tens is here by himself. Now John QT is joining the fray, but Tens peppered, finally put down. And yeah, sure, FPX has a couple of weak members as well, but...
What an A fight.
Yeah.
That's with no duelist on top of it. I mean, it's almost impossible to get out of that choke.
You wouldn't know it.
But the power of Chambers, you're able to take that quick peek. I mean, we saw how good, I believe it was Foxy9 against Fnatic. I mean, he was dominating around A. And that was against utility as well. Autumn still getting value, just getting bombarded. But to my point, what I wanted to talk about was Lysor in the previous round. He was rough on the last map. But when he's on point for this team of FPX, they just dominate team. So he had the schmooze on C site in the previous round. This time around, he's sitting at 8 HP, but that paranoia got some value. And it's going to be a full save right now from the side of SEN. And now you got to think, you know, how are you going to approach this A fight? Because you just gave it your all.
You take a look at it again. I mean, Zekken tried getting an aggressive angle, but...
yeah, the follow-up fight was just too much.
Again, you wouldn't believe that they didn't have a duelist in that situation.
Yeah, really.
Oh, replaynya itu dia, bukan di akhir ini. Tengah-tengah.
The power of Chamber on this map, and I think a lot of teams like are a little wary of playing Chamber. They think it's like, you know, not as good as, you know, Cypher or Killjoy. And to be fair, they could be true, but it doesn't mean that Chamber is a bad pick on this map whatsoever.
Sure.
We've seen a lot of teams make it work, most notably T1. Saw Saya player on that, and he made it look really, really good. So if you have a good game plan with this Chamber, it could really do a lot of damage.
And you know what's crazy is I think we're going to see most of the heavy part of a good game plan there when it gets to their defensive side. So if you're already seeing some
rilis baru.
I mean, we'll see what the rest of this map has in store for us.
Isi lu tight lu ya.
No ults up on the side of the attack. But again, we're going to see this A fight on the side of the attack. But again, we're going to see this A fight.
Ngetes. Perang lagi, coy.
And I get it, not your team willing to relent on this area of the map.
Tens ketahuan.
Full W tell. He's so dead. I had nowhere to go there. He was
Ada
lit up
recon.
and then obliterated.
From the top. Zekken went on that double box around that Viper wall that you see on the mini-map and just was able to elevate so far in the air. But it's interesting. Sentinels are using their, you know, their nade tether combo to try to catch out Lysor, but he's not actually TPing across. So that gives Autumn an opportunity to just swing out main for free and TP out after he takes his shot. I wonder if Sen are going to mix it up in the future rounds and try to punish Autumn.
Tadi Sen's comeback, makanya.
Try to get some chip damage on him.
Gak ada yang ninja, guys. Like dulu gak sih?
Take a pop shot or anything like that. It's going to be an A reclear though.
Sekarang ambil A.
Lysor. Not sitting too healthy, 30 HP to his name.
And Tens is in such a good spot.
Deket nih, walap.
Zekin smoked off, but
ya Allah, polos banget larinya.
Too easy.
Falling. And
Wah.
Nasi has arrived.
Jadi ke bantai gini.
Mereka mau gangguin A terus ke B sih.
And
kalah, Cok.
honestly, that was still a pretty strong position from FPX, all things considered. That was a 5v4. It wasn't like they were super down in numbers and they were heavily outgunned.
They just didn't peak together. Berlin way too
Karena
far
lu
ahead of
live
the
2
squad.
kali, aku live 2 kali, tai.
Something that you
Dua
see him do
kalinya
quite
di
often. He's
tadi sama sekarang,
maniac
jangan
on
2
this
kali
team,
sekali
honestly.
pencet.
And we saw it a couple of times on Bind. We see it here as
Ambil
well.
nggak sih, Or?
He's kind of like Kerrigan-esque, where he'll be the entry as the IGL, and then once he's down, he can do like his mid-rounding. But when you're already down a player, it's too much of an ask. Tens, he's starting to heat up now.
Aduh, busuk.
This team confidence or the individual players on this team confidence, any one of them can take over the game.
We see that second kill.
Yeah, that was the top rope right there.
Off the ult.
Beautiful. Crosshair placement of
Aku dari masa depan tadi Sen menang game 1, gelo.
Well, and that's the swing you were talking about. Berlin was just so far ahead of everything else. Not in a position to trade yourself. And again, I want to go back to the first half that we saw of Sentinels on Bind because
Langsung time
you
out.
mentioned it.
Kasih
Spacing was an
tahu.
issue. And if the spacing
Nathan
is
deh.
not in a position where you can trade out when you're down in numbers like that too, the trading has to be on point because it's only going to go from bad to worse if you can't equalize in fights like that.
Yeah, and oftentimes when you swing together, sometimes players get overwhelmed and they don't know which targets to
Sen
choose from.
bukannya
They might
pakai
even just get the
deadlock ya
kill
di
clean
sini.
and all of a sudden it's a
Gara-gara nggak
4v4.
work.
I
Kayaknya
mean,
iya deh.
when you're going against Tens, probably not likely, but there's still a chance.
Gue nonton langsung malah lebih menang ini.
And that's why you see
Langsung aja lah.
FPX, coach has got to be telling them, guys, chill out, start playing as a team more, stop trying to go for these crazy plays. Remember what got us here.
Yeah, it does feel, man,
It's very early timeout.
It is. I don't want to say desperate. But again, some of the swings felt a little bit like they were just throwing lives away. It almost felt like we were watching an eco round where Sentinels had full rifles and they were just in classics and like, all right, let's kind of move on into the next.
And it was anything but that, right? Tens had a Bulldog. If you peek somebody together against a Bulldog, I swear 9 times out of 10 he can't connect on both.
Right,
You must have to line up perfectly.
We'll see what adjustments come out on the other side of this timeout. I think on the side of Sentinels, you're seeing some of the adjustments. We talked about this dump of utility towards A main these last couple of rounds, and this time it's been anything but.
Yeah, they changed their game plan. They were anticipating a front B walk. That's why you saw Zekin and John QT posted up right there. But the problem with how FPX are taking this approach on the attacking side is they're just 5-manning everything right now.
Maju jauh juga
All
ternyata.
this A control is happening. Zelsis is just jiggling C for free. You look at the minimap. And he has all the info. So that's why there's 3 players geared up of Sentinels towards A site.
Yeah, they're really not playing the map at all. And given the fact that we're talking about Lotus, it's a 3-site map, you would think that's what you're going to want to lean into more than even on other maps.
And especially when you don't have a duelist.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you want to go for this A execute, who's going to close the gap?
Well, 2 bits of util, they're pretty early off of that. You've got the Nightfall and the Paranoia and Tens and Saucy holding the line, but Berlin on the counterpunch, cleaning up a couple of his own. Maybe a little bit of room to breathe here for the attack.
30 seconds left.
Right now, Autumn needs to drop that spike to Berlin, have him plant while he covers for free. Right now, there's no smokes on the field for Sentinels, right? That orb isn't anywhere near A site.
Yeah.
So this could be a really good post-plant opportunity. The time is running down low here. And Zekin still has that nade. I mean, he might be able to delay this. This nade is going to be perfect. The cleanup on John as well.
Autumn's now been left on his own with an op in hand trying to Rambo his way through it, and he just can't.
No,
Wah, hampir sejalur padahal itu.
If Sentinels want it.
And they have, they've picked it up. This
Hampir sejalur, hampir
feels very
sejalur.
uncharacteristic of the FPX that I think people saw in Shanghai. The same team that took maps off of the 2 finalists in Shanghai, the team that looked much stronger leading into Seoul, and then the team that we've seen here as well.
And this is the problem of when you're trying to anti-strat teams with compositions and whatnot. It's not like FPX aren't good at the triple controller comp that they run, but I think they just put too much stock into maybe Sentinels counter-stratting them, and they wanted to mix things up. Now all of a sudden the FPX players are uncomfortable. You start making hero plays.
Or trying
to make hero plays, and you're getting punished for it by a team of Sentinels who now have gone back to their comfortability and are just playing the fundamental game of Lotus.
There's that op that you mentioned from the previous round. Now in the hands of Zekin, who's holding down B-Long.
And you have an Odin as well on the other side.
Yeah.
Seeing how deadly the Odin could be.
There are no good options here. Fortunately for FPX, the eye gets cleared out, so there's no way to get secure spam damage. They're going to rotate away, and if they rotate away back C, again, there's no good option. Either you deal with the op that's down B, you deal with the spam from Saucy A, or you deal with the, I mean, every single bit of KJ utility.
Yeah, literally.
C, unless Autumn can deal with them, but I mean, Zelsis, even his positioning is really nice. He's not giving away an angle. He's not giving a fight.
And it's the double layers. He doesn't need to peek anything here. Oh, that's a really good breach. C right there. Doesn't get the turret still, though, so still info. Gained right now for Zelsis, and he's just going to play backside right now. Ooh, that flash connect.
Tens has his ult if he wants to rotate over very quickly. Or
Wah, John Kitty.
There it is. The ult.
Wah, Zelsis skill 2. Ente dah.
Holding the line on C. Another dominant round for Sentinels.
Yeah, Zelsis played that
Pasti
so
ente
well.
guys.
Full layer
Gak bisa nih, gak
utility
bisa.
there. It's all because FPX was on a bad buy. They had that B line from the start of the round. If Zekin gets overwhelmed, he can satchel out. So he doesn't need any extra utility to support him there. And then John is able to flood in. It's beautiful play.
And even the little things like Zelsis
Oh,
seeing
gue nyamping ngentot mas
coming through and instantly realizes, oh, I've got to pop the nanos. And even if he's not getting damage, he's buying time.
Yeah, he delays.
Yeah. So those little decisions like that proving to be fruitful. Sentinels up 3 rounds. They've dropped a pit towards C.
Ooh, Operator almost connected on the 10s right there.
They continue to invest into this weapon.
You're running a
Jadi
chamber,
yang
you feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Beli cool kit. Kalau yang apa namanya? Garansi seminggu cepet.
It's just so hard for FPX to.
Tapi kalau yang setahun, buset PO 2 bulan cing, 60 hari. Bangsa.
Every piece of utility if you're Sentinels.
Ini Menintera juga goblok lagi nih.
Yeah, it's a handicap. Playing the game on hard mode.
They might try to NB here. They've got a smoke.
Wah, sederet kan. Gede duga tuh, sederet goblok nih.
Round over. 30 seconds left.
And they don't have money. You're right, they have to save here.
Oh, wait.
They might try to go for this. 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Berlin will fall. They're going to try to get out towards tree, but Tens is here. Playing just up on the other side of this smoke. I guess they're going to wait for it to go down and then trust the numbers that they have there. Reposition up from Tens, a flawless round from Sentinels.
Flawless, langsung ngedel NTFX.
Yeah, setup to the round was great. And the finish of the round was even greater. Zelsis was supporting John in that Viper's pit. Alarm bot was ahead of everything. Gives you security if you're John playing in that pit alone. You're able to cheat a little bit back, and then you get the collapse front B. Yeah, FPX, they got to burn that second time hit. It's getting out of hand and getting out of hand very fast. This comp change, I get it. You showed a lot of rounds against Heretics. I understand. You want to switch it up. You want to catch Sen off guard. Sometimes you just got to play your own game to win, and now you're stuck in this spot, and what can you do?
And then remember, I've got to mention the stakes here because that's not something we've talked about a ton, to be honest. This is elimination.
Yeah.
This is the end of the year for you. I mean, it's a long offseason, and it feels like an even longer offseason when you've got how the loss went through ruminating in your mind for months.
Yeah. Especially with that close series they had against Heretics.
It's a tough spot to be in.
It's nuts.
The thing about situations like this, though, is if the team is capable of making adjustments, they'll do it, and they'll have to do it here. FPX down 4 rounds, running this different no duelist comp on Lotus, where they aren't really playing the map as well as you would think, or playing it to its full degree as you would expect given the comp. But perhaps the second timeout is what brings fruit.
Any type of saving grace. Maybe this hero buy on Ayong. Maybe if they can get an entry, you can commit some of the ultimates.
And
Yeah.
We'll see if they can do anything about it here.
It's going to be very hard. It's an uphill battle, to say the least. But Autumn does have 8 bullets of the Headhunter, and we've seen how crisp he is with that. So they just need an entry. They need some type of first blood. But I think an Operator versus a Chamber Headhunter, I think the Op wins that.
It should.
We'll see when the smoke fades.
That's the other thing, as we think about some of the adjustments that have played out in this map, think about, there's the Op winning, by the way. You think about how hell-bent Sentinels were in controlling A main at the beginning of the rounds with the dump of utility. It feels like the night and day difference has been so clear.
Well, I think they realized that they could just play in the back of sight because there's no duelist.
Exactly. They don't have to take these fights. They can play ahead of it. You see both Omen's trying to TP ahead of the utility, and Tens is getting the best of life source.
Udah lah ente ini mah.
Find another, not able to connect onto the third, but now 4v2.
Did that Omen thing where you could TP past the breach all and finesse it?
I think he did as well.
And that's why it was full support right there. It's unreal.
Yeah,
the state of gameplay Sen is showing right now.
Hopefully we get that on the replay. There's that off kill that you mentioned.
I mean,
really nice flick.
I mean, Autumn tried. He hit him, but it just wasn't a headshot. You got to connect like that. And Zekin, he's feeling it right now with the Operator. I haven't seen him shoot like this with the Op in a while.
Waduh.
I mean, over a month.
Dapat tim EZ ini.
All signs are good when Zekin is smiling if you're a Sentinels fan.
And another new look right here, right? Aggressive tether. This time pushing Autumn all the way back. They understand that Autumn could purchase an Operator. And he's taking that peak almost every single round. So instead of tethering to hit the Omen of Lysor, they get the TP out. And it's Zekin on an off angle here at C2. I mean, he's been so mobile with the Operator. He showed front B a bunch. Last round he was A. Now he's C. And even if they do, can they do anything about it?
Yeah. I mean, that's half the battle. I feel like the adjustments that Sentinels have made have been really nice, but maybe FPX can find a little bit of room here towards C, perhaps. I mean, Zekin is still here with the Op. John is close by. They're just not giving them these fights anymore. That feels like the biggest difference.
Nice.
Now John was on the swing. He's going to get punished for it. Zekin manages to find safe passage.
Udah mendukung tim yang bukan tim unggulan. Kecuali FPX.
That would have been devastating. The nade's not going to feel good. The pit invested. He's got to stay alive here.
Ya, nggak ada yang liat midnya, mampus dah tuh mati.
Oh, just now we see Life taking more aggressive space in CT.
What do they have to pound? Zekin has his Roomba. And Tenzos has full utility, but an Op trying to get into a pit in a situation like that, it's all hands on Zekin, and he just cannot. I mean, a random bullet connecting. And FPX alleviates some of this pressure.
Terus ngambil OP. Ya, diambil aja OP.
Finally finding an answer. And the answer so far in this half has been it's been Ayung on C site using that. Last time they were able to accumulate 2 rounds from it. Let's see if they can get another one and slowly bring this back, slowly give themselves a chance into the mix. But it's been baiting out C utility and then going with the second layer. Yeah, you're not running a duelist, so you have to play this way. You have to bait out the stuff that can stuff you in the chokes and then re-hit.
Back to the old tried and true. You've got the suck. You've got the nade. And now Zekin's fishing for more. That rocket's not going to connect.
It doesn't connect, but it's all space gathered. And again, Zelsis is just jiggling C. He's rarely gotten a fight here. Every single time he's been jiggling like this, Sen have known that they end A.
Zekin might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah,
he has one
satchel. Very careful here.
Slight little sidestep. It's him against the world right now.
Nggak dicek anjing, bojokan.
Bongong. Plucked out of the sky. I thought he was going to find safety.
Almost.
But Life puts him down, and now tap of the door as they turn their attention towards A. Meanwhile, Zels is still jiggling that angle. Sasi's got his ult online. And it's going to connect onto what, 2?
He gets a lot of info with that.
Baik kemarin ranked kali, yang udah terlalu terpaku ini. Lupa kalau ini turnamen.
The side of FPX, they're still deciding to end here, and life just gets taken out for free. It's a freebie.
So A doesn't work for a couple of tries.
30 seconds left.
And I guess maybe they think they can find some better fortune towards B. Yeah, but look at Zelsa's positioning.
Positioned so well, exactly. The turret's gonna. Oh, wait, what's going on
Udah
right
nggak
now?
dihancurin anjir.
Must be a glitch.
Oh, I think it's just out of the cone. Just out of the cone.
But he still gets info regardless here. And a ping? Maybe they know. They understand he might be front B.
It seems like they do.
Oh,
Zelsa's buying his time. Sasi.
Wah, izet banget anjir.
And that's another one.
Gelo.
That's also, very quickly, as we think about turning our attention towards the last round of the half, Zelsis will be 1 point away from having his ult.
Dah habis ini OVE deh, anjing.
Maybe an A setup this time from Zelsis.
Siapa
Maybe
sini
he's just gonna
tadi?
stay C and just jiggle infinitely again. But if they do decide to put him towards A with some supporting cast, maybe he can grab the orb.
Bilih-bilih kru ya,
But
OVE mendingan.
They don't really
Tidak menarik
need
itu.
to push anything right now.
They really don't.
The way that SEN have been winning a lot of these
Tidak
rounds
menarik.
have just been letting the game come to them.
Right.
And that's what you want to do when you're not playing against a duelist. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Dan nonton pas offline
Again,
aja.
that's the big adjustment that we saw from the first couple of rounds.
Ah kemarin menarik ya, gue nggak bisa kerja kemarin anjing.
The turret B and a little bit more aggression towards A. This feels almost identical to what we saw in the previous round.
It just feels like FPX have just run into a wall. And they want to make this A fight work so badly. It's just not working for them.
I mean, they just dropped a paranoia all the way out towards Broken Door.
With a one way as well. Oh,
Ya nggak kena Berlin. Waduh, Berlin out dah.
There it is. There's really no way to clear it out either.
And this is so awkward right now for FPX.
Jangan lawan live.
It's so unconventional.
Sasi with a big fight here. If life gives him the swing, now he certainly won't. Now with the threat of that on the other side of the wall.
Oh my gosh, it's so scary if you're life right now.
The smoke on the other side. I mean, look at his position. There's literally no room to breathe. Lysor and Autumn, the only two that remain in a 2v4. Zekin's going to be the first to try to get onto the tap. Lysor falls. Zekin's going to stick it the whole way. No resistance. A 9-3 dominant half out for Sentinels.
Yo, this Sentinels is fired up. They're back in form, Doug.
Change
I
ini.
don't really know. Yeah, this comp, whatever it is, it's all going the way of Sentinels right now. A ridiculous half to get us to halftime. We'll see if the second half provides any sort of hope for FPX fans, because this very well may be it.
Tunggu main ini aja ntar ya.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Scott Girl apa?
He is taking a little bit of space though.
Early A fight.
Susah nih.
And just utility being thrown.
Berlin's by himself here. One spotted. He may be overstaying his welcome. I mean, there's no way you stand to that. They're so decisive on this hit. As soon as the shoulder was spotted, Zekken was satcheling into his face.
And he's already here, close and personal. He can't connect though.
Gila kebantai.
He's got light armor. And the spike was planted through all that. He's got light.
Waduh, line up kah? Jelas. Oh, biar nggak ke B.
And he's gonna, no way he's gonna flank all the way around. This Molly will buy enough time for it, but he needs to be very careful here. I just don't think it's a very interesting play. Oh, the tap, it might work in his favor.
It's gonna buy a little bit of time. Now Lysor has gotten it to half. Autumn has been spotted, not able to connect the shots. He's got to spam into the smoke, and he can't connect.
Wow.
The pistol goes the way of FPX.
Yeah. Life, honestly, he actually brought life back into FPX in that pistol round, getting 2 in Broken Door. And he's sitting at the top.
And take a look at it again. It seemed done,
yeah,
honestly.
I really thought with the reposition from Zekken, I thought it was going to be done. I thought he was feeling it, but the wide swing from Ayung, he broke the crosshair of Zekken. Zekken couldn't connect. And Life, he stepped up big right there. So they're slowly going to crawl their way back into this. They need to win this round flawlessly. Maybe dropping your weaker weapons, that's it.
Zekken's got a shorty.
Ooh.
And 2 satchels.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd commit onto it there.
All right.
Doing a really good job of weathering some of this pressure.
He's so cold under pressure. You're 100% correct.
Dah kok nggak ada?
And they're going to continue to push him, or at least attempt to. As Life gets another on the round, the remaining members of Sentinels trying to do their very best to stay up, but Autumn gets 4.
And he's going to get that spike as well, so he's building up towards that ultimate. Double up if he wants.
Anjing, belum gue install ternyata.
Honestly, they did just that.
Well, and I think they
belum gue install Super Scout.
Than that again, given how things played out for Autumn, and given that he was able to get 4 kills on the round, and then get a little bit closer to having the ult online.
A real big chance here to snowball this game and bring it back within grasp.
Well, and that's the thing you were talking about.
Whoa.
You know that there's
whoa, 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 whoa.
Unfortunately for Sentinels there, Autumn just was able to handle it.
Yeah, he's so good in those moments. It's very impressive.
Well, the spam not finding a kill.
Life, that was a very risky play.
Berlin's getting a little cheeky here
Nah,
as well.
second.
Individual heroics that are trying to happen, but this Sentinels, this version of Sentinels,
Apa Zekken ngeliatin si Sakti gitu.
it's together. They're playing as a unit. It's going to be very hard, especially if you don't have an escape. I could see if it's Autumn because he can TP out.
Sure, but your Breach doesn't have that same
or
level
Viper,
of mobility.
Yeah, or Viper, yeah. It's tough to get out of dodge.
So they do have a couple of weapons here. They're going to attempt, or at least, I don't even know that Autumn can really get in. He's been tagged. He's been
Wah, gila Sentinel.
Oh my goodness.
Another kill through smokes.
Ente dah.
10, and yes, that was their bonus, sure. But now,
Gue lupa mulu modon.
this is where things begin. This is where the rounds, or the half starts, excuse me.
The replay of that. Punish from Zekken. Yeah.
Super Scout, Super Scout.
And then Berlin doing a bit of the same.
Yeah, I don't think he was aware of how exposed he was to that angle.
Oh, main Yakuza 3 remaster. Aduh, tapi pengen pakai controller anjing. Bangsat lah itu controller anjing. Sumpah. Pertama gue stop beli di PS apa namanya?
That's why that duo was put together. This is what was imagined when these two got put together. Zekken popping the ult, clearing so much space towards C. Look at how far back Berlin has had to run away.
It's a free spike planet as well. There is a lot of utility though for this retake.
Enterprise
is sitting on that Fade ultimate though. This could be very deadly to the side of FPX. and the Q is just going to be the Killjoy utility.
Yeah, it's such an aggressive alarm bot.
Look at these mollies. There's 2 mollies pre-placed. This is a crazy post plant from Sentinels.
The paranoia is out. There's the first. The molly pop. The alarm bot's going to get some info. FPX haven't really gained very much space other than what they already had. Lysor's the only one who's now further up. With a little bit of help, Berlin's able to get the best of Zelsis. Keep an eye on what members are still back towards Mound. You've got Second who's running.
Kemarin tuh nggak desain pre-order ini, sumpah dah.
Gets it to half, but now, oh my gosh! What in
the Berlin.
Was that?
Gagal Berlin.
Just when it seemed like things were gonna fall the way of FPX, time expires, and Sentinels get to 11.
It was all that post-plant utility off of the showstopper from Zekin. Yeah, he gathered all that space. Everyone was so scared and just not in reach from the side of FPX that it bought so much time. Saucy has that fade ultimate. Somehow Zelsis has.
Lah, gue udah mesen ini. Gue mau main berapa game tapi cuma bisa di stick itu masalahnya.
Oh, that's tragic. That was not. Oh,
that must have been on purpose.
Itu gue udah order dari bulan Juni, jir. Nyampe nanti September. babi. Iya. Pre-order ternyata. Tapi kalau gue lihat dari ini sih belum, enggak pre-order. Jadi dia itu ada 2 pilihan. Lu garansi 1 minggu apa 1 tahun. Gue pilihnya 1 tahun lah. 1 minggu ntar takutnya udah minggu kedua udah rusak kan. Ternyata kalau yang 1 tahun pre-order bangsat. Kalau yang 1 minggu langsung bisa dikirim. Gitu tadi apa namanya? Ini bukan ini salah. Gue pesan mana ya? Murah deh. Yang ini nih. Oh ini. Nih jadi kalau lihat nih. Mana ya? Ini nggak ada ininya. Kemarin itu nggak gini, nggak pre-order gini. Jadi ketika lo mau masukin keranjang itu, lo ada opsinya. Apa namanya? Garansi yang 1 minggu apa yang 1 tahun. Sejak gue beli diubah jing, babi ya. Ini kayak gini nih tampilan ini, lihat nih ini. Kemarin itu nggak 1 bulan, 1 minggu doang, singkat gue ya. Nih kayak gini. Jadi kalau 1 tahun, babi lah. Mana tuh yang 1 bulan tuh nggak pre-order tapi bisa langsung lu beli. Iya, kalau yang garansi 1 tahun itu tulisannya nggak ada tulisannya malah, pokoknya dua-duanya nggak ada tulisannya pre-order. Jadi waktu itu gue bukan beli yang ini sih. Apa yang ini ya? Lupa gue. Pokoknya ini tuh nggak ada tulisan pre-ordernya. Jadi antara beli sekarang atau masukin keranjang, keduanya. Ternyata pas gue karena bisa dibeli sekarang kan, jadi gue pilih lah yang 1 tahun. Ternyata pas habis bayar diproses tuh ada tulisannya pre-order. Minimal 60 hari gitu. Sebelum itu nggak ada tulisan pre-order ini tuh nggak ada nih, pre-order ini tuh nggak ada. Jadi gue belilah bulan Juni. Ente dah. Bulan Juni apa Juli gue beli ya. Oh ya ini Juli, 10 Juli. Ya udah mau gimana lagi, nunggu lah. Nunggu sebulan lagi. Gitu. Sama mereka udah diganti semua itunya. Apa namanya? Di mereka tuh di deskripsi tuh nggak ada tulisan pre-order. Jadi kan biasanya di deskripsi kan ada kan, lo kalau misalnya ini pre-order berapa hari, itu nggak ada. Cuma gue dikasih tahu di chat. Iya makanya kan gue nggak tahu ya, orang di situ nggak tulisan pre-order ya. Jadi ngerasa kayak di scam anjing bangsat. Akhirnya gue ngechat apa namanya? Tokonya tuh PS Enterprise. Kan gue nanya kan, ini kapan dikirimnya? PO-nya 60 harian anjing, babi ya 62. Iya, gue sih mikirnya kan nggak bakal pakai buru-buru ya, tapi itu gue pengen buru-buru aja gitu. Apalah gue bisa main game yang lain. Gue mau main game ini, simulator dapetin cewek. Yoi lah, itulah yang bedain. Waduh. Waduh. Udah aja, gue mau off dulu, mau download game ya. Gue mau download game yang bikin ceria. Thank you Ja, udah nonton Ja. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya, bye bye.